They call me Dan, the Lakers fan. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jack.
Good morning, Lakers family. It is your friendly neighborhood Lakers fan, DTLF, back with another video. And this one's going to get juicy, y'all, because we got the rumors again going crazy this morning. Monday, guys, as we approach closer to the February 8th trade deadline. And there's so much to talk about. What up, Search? Good to see you, man. What up? I almost came back and did another video late last night, but I didn't. It was late, right? There's so many things, so many tea leaves to read here, so many things pointing at a potential trade happening really soon, and I want to talk about them today. It was so close to happening last night. I'm telling y'all, man. I was about to come on live again after the post-game recap, but here we are, right? Monday again. We all saw the post-game press conference. We all saw D'Angelo Russell looking sad. Some people speculating that it was because he was sick and under the weather. But if you pay close attention to those comments, to the comments of Darvin Ham, there's some extracurricular activity going on. And it is very imminent with today's report, right? So D'Angelo Russell, right? The Lakers are, according to Shams, the Lakers are doing their due diligence on DeJounte Murray, Bruce Brown, Tyus Jones, Terry Rozier. However, right, it is rumored that the Atlanta Hawks are looking to find a third team to take on D'Angelo Russell in order to complete a DeJounte Murray trade with the Lakers, okay? Frameworks are centered around D'Angelo Russell, a 2029 first-round draft pick, and a pick swap. So remember, the details from the previous trade were different. It was Jalen Hood-Schifino. Now we're talking about a pick swap. So clearly, these trades are advancing. That, plus the body language from last night from D'Angelo Russell, plus Jalen Rose tweeting out, why would the Hawks trade DeJounte Murray? He's a good player, and something like that. All of that is leading us to believe that this is imminent. Here's another tea leaf to read. Okay, DeJounte Murray is not available for today's game. Okay, he's not. He's out with an injury. Right. And it was reported by NBA Central that the Miami Heat are not expected to land DeJounte Murray and will look for cheaper options. Why would they turn their attention away unless they heard there's already some sort of a verbal agreement pending of something behind the scenes? That's just what I'm thinking now at this point. Like maybe the Lakers and the Hawks already have something. And I'm going to give you guys one final clue that I think is going to knock it out the ballpark, that it has to do with D'Angelo Russell's Twitter account. So I think this one all but guarantees. Hey, what up, LOE? Good to see you, man. My guy said, happy Monday, fam. Let's go. Good to see my brother, man. Finally got to meet him. It was awesome. All right. Dan, Wizards having a fire sale. Gafford for Gabe in 2 seconds would be insane. I would love to have me some Gabe Vincent. But right now, I think the Lakers should focus on this DeJounte Murray deal. I really do. All right, and I'm going to give you guys the final clue to why I think a deal might already be in place, and they're just working out the kinks behind the scenes. I'm going to give you guys the final clue before it's all said and done. But let me read a couple of comments, see what you guys think, because last night there was split emotions on all of this, right? Some people saying, no, we should keep DLO. He's better than DeJounte. Some people saying, guys, you've been wanting to trade DLO. Now that he's playing hot, now you guys are going to have a change of heart, right? So, I see it from both sides. My only thing about D'Angelo Russell is, can he do it in the postseason consistently, right? Now, what up, Jeff? What up, bro? Good to see you, man. So here's the thing, right? So for me, with D'Lo, I'm still in super favor of trading him, especially if you get DeJounte Murray. We're talking about 16 points per game compared to 22, right? It's still an upgrade offensively, and defensively is where you have potential to be really good with a shifty, quick guard like DeJounte. I know not everybody sold on him defensively, but I am. I like his speed, his athleticism, his poise. I like the way he could potentially play passing lanes. I like the way he could fit with this team. However, I was a little sad to see D'Lo so broken last night. I was like, why is bro so broken? He's a millionaire. But we have to remember that they are still human, right? So, I just realized last night that if he gets traded, this will be his 5th time being traded, right? Twice by the team that drafted him. Oh, by the way, he's not even 30 yet, guys. Like, D'Lo is sad, right, if he does get traded. All right, and the final piece to why I believe he will get traded. I told you guys about a week and a half ago that he, since DeJounte is a clutch client, clutch always gets what they want. If LeBron wants him there and DeJounte wants to be there, he's probably going to end up with the Lakers, right? But the final clue is this. This morning, D'Angelo Russell liked the tweet, right? You might say it's childish, but he liked the tweet that reads this by Evan Turner, some guy, some fan. It says, D. Russ is a different player with the Rock. If the Lakers trade him, then they just going to be looking for another player like him, 16 points per game with 6 assists while shooting 48% from the floor. Come on now. That's a hooper for real. So, I mean, I think D'Lo knows something. I think he does. I think his body language combined with everything. Jalen Rose tweeting last night, why would the Hawks trade DeJounte? Like, what do you know, Jalen, that we don't? Media members usually know these things before we do, right? And the fact that Miami's no longer expected to pursue him, like they're pulling out of potential trade talks, most likely when that happens, it means something's about to go down. Now, we don't have a timetable because apparently they're still looking for a third team to flip D'Lo to. But the way D'Lo has been playing lately, I don't think that's going to be a hard task. That could be done by today or tomorrow, in my opinion, right? But the fact that Shams is talking about the trade package is centered around D'Lo, we know what the package is already. That means this could happen any day, right? It really can. My gut feeling is DeJounte ends up a Laker. How soon? Not sure, but I think obviously before the trade deadline is going to happen. I think so. Also, the Lakers doing their due diligence on other players just in case it falls apart, because a trade isn't official till it's official, right? Even if you have a verbal agreement in place, teams can always back out, right? Sometimes even the physicals fail and the trade falls apart. Like there's been awkward situations where that happens. So it's not official till it's official. So I'm not going to get excited until it happens. However, it sounds very likely to happen. And the fact that D'Lo's liking tweets that are saying if the Lakers trade him, they're going to make a mistake. Just like the last time D'Lo was liking these tweets, we traded him in the summer to the Brooklyn Nets to create cap space, to eventually land LeBron. And then we drafted Lonzo Ball, and he liked the tweet that said the Lakers better not be dumb enough to draft Lonzo Ball when they have their lead guard in D'Lo. So it was something similar to this. There's almost like a foretelling, right? You have to take these things into consideration. What up, Angie? She said, even Jackson Hayes' post on IG sounds like he's saying goodbye. Yeah, they know something we don't, and I think it's obvious. I think if you look a little closer, it's obvious. We could be wrong. They could end up turning around and saying no to the deal. I mean, obviously nothing's official till it's official, but it just seems so likely to happen at this point. So likely to happen, and if it doesn't happen, then I think it creates an awkward environment because now, D'Lo has a player option. He knows he was shopped around and he could just walk for nothing. And we're not going to have the cap space to replenish his production if we don't trade him, right? We're not going to have so let's be smart about this. Now I want to ask the chat, what do you guys prefer in a trade package? Do you guys think that's a good deal for the Lakers? DeJounte Murray for D'Lo, a first-round pick, which is going to be 2029, not sure on the protections, and a pick swap, or is that too much to give up for DeJounte? I would like to know what you guys think. I like the trade personally. We are in win now mode, and I think this would help us tremendously. Some people believe it will. Some people believe it won't. I'm of the belief that adding a guy like him, who's an absolute dog on both ends of the floor, right, whether you like him or not, 22 points per game, has already hit multiple game winners this year. Like, yeah, I'm of the belief that it's a good deal. But what do you guys think? I want to know. Joe Little says, if it's protected, yes. What about if it's not protected? We haven't heard anything about protection. So, of course, if the trade does, transpire, then we'll hear about potential protections and details, right? I just hope whoever we get can play with LeBron. Everyone forgets how to shoot as they come on the team. And that's a fair point, Jerry, because D'Lo has been shooting lights out right now. However, the key is right now. Like I said, this was a question I asked last night. I was like, I'm not impressed by this win. It's against, the Portland Trailblazers, who suck, plain and simple. However, if D'Lo sustain this, right? And a lot of people, I don't know if it's because they saw D'Lo set, but they're switching up. They're starting to say we should hold on to him and whatnot. I always was of the mindset that I like D'Lo, but we need to have an insurance policy to back him up just in case he starts sliding, right? And slide he did in December, and we didn't have anybody to back him up. So that's why I'm in favor of trading him now while his trade value is probably at the highest. Right now, he's balling. Right now, it shouldn't be a problem for the Lakers and the Atlanta Hawks to find a third team to flip him. Right? It shouldn't. Way too much. I wouldn't even do that deal straight up. You think so, Steven? You wouldn't do a 16-point per game score for a 22-point per game score who already has 2 game winners this season? My guy LOE is all for it. I already know you're for it, bro. I feel you, man. I feel you, man. Do we keep Murray for the long run? Yes, we do. He's under contract for a couple of years, right? So he potentially might stay past the LeBron AD contracts. Dan, can you imagine if we get Murray and Caruso? That would give us the best chance to get a chip. You know what's crazy? We haven't heard too many rumors about Alex Caruso. I would have thought that Chicago would have been having a fire sale by now. Like I would have thought that's that, right? Chicago's about to flip everybody, but we haven't heard too much. We have not heard too much on that whole situation. Now we are hearing that the Lakers do have interest in Bruce Brown, Terry Rozier, and Tyus Jones, as well as others as a backup option if this DeJounte Murray trade doesn't fall through, right? If this thing doesn't get complete, you got to have a plan B. And we know Rob Pelinka is great at plan B. So we saw it happen in the summer of 2019, 2020, when they were going all in for Kawhi. And when that didn't fall through, what happened? They turned around, pivoted, and built a championship team. So yeah, man. So I don't know, man. All I know is it's interesting. It's getting interesting right now with the whole D'Angelo Russell rumors. What are you guys in favor of trading him, or you still believe in D'Lo? I'd love to know. I'd love to know, chat. Bulls are not trading AC. You don't think so, Angie? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't know what their identity is. Are they rebuild? Are they trying to compete now? Like it all depends on how they're thinking. So who knows how they're thinking? Kay says, Dan, I'm all for this trade. I love it. I love it too, man. If it happens, I'd be extremely excited. I've always been a fan of DeJounte since he was in San Antonio. I was shocked when they traded him away to the Hawks. But it was obviously because they were tanking. And there's even been rumors that they want him now. They want him back. So now I see a lot of people saying, including my boy, man. Shout out to my boy Mies. He makes a great point when he says, no matter what the trade is, we still have Darvin Ham. And Darvin Ham has been absolutely atrocious. Some people going as far as to saying it's not fair that D'Lo's about to get traded and Darvin Ham stays as a head coach. But to that, I say life isn't fair for any of us. You know, we all go through hardships, and D'Lo just got to keep his head up because he's a good ball player. He's going to have a long career in this league, especially since his asset is shooting the 3 ball, which is coveted by everybody nowadays in today's modern NBA. But I do feel a little bit for him. It's not easy. He's not even 30, and he's about to be traded for his 5th time potentially, right? So that's got to be hard on anybody. It's like you start feeling at some point like, why can't I stick anywhere? But to be fair, the 2 times that D'Angelo Russell came to the Lakers, he was on somebody else's timeline, including right now, right? The first time he was here, everybody was on Kobe's timeline. It was Kobe time, right? Now that he's here, everybody's on LeBron James and AD timeline. That means if you don't fit right away and there's no instant results, you're probably liable to get dealt, right? So to be fair to D'Lo, if he was here and there wasn't those such big superstars and personalities, maybe they would have just held on to him as a box office ticket seller and a fan favorite because the fans love D'Lo. They do. I remember the first time I predicted D'Lo would get traded, I got attacked by so many Laker fans calling me a fake Laker fan. And I just made a prediction. I just had a feeling, and it happened the first time he got traded. This second time, nobody's come after me. So that is definitely progress, but I think it's there's a lot of passion towards these players. Obviously, we live in a player fan era, right? So when those of us that like to tell the truth and read the tea leaves and make predictions actually, are on point, sometimes we get discredited as something else, like haters or something. Let me make this clear. I love D'Angelo Russell. We drafted him. I've clearly been a fan of his forever. If you guys go back to 2017 when I was making videos, I was always talking highly about the young kid. So I've always been a fan of his. I just feel like the timing has been bad for him and his play style, right? And again, it just looks like he's about to get traded. It looks that way. For all of us that saw the post-game interview, for those of us that saw the body language between the team, everything that's happening in social media right now, it just looks that way. So I'm just here to tell the truth, fam. I'm not here to wish harm on anybody. D'Lo scores 30 and then the team loses. It's not him. Watch, if Murray comes to the bright lights, it will be too much for him. You think so, Will? You think Murray's not built for it? Give me a couple of reasons why you believe Murray's not built for this, other than you like D'Angelo Russell. Like, I would like to know why people are not even willing to take a flyer on DeJounte Murray, right? Because from the outside looking in, and this is just me looking from far away, I do have League Pass. I watch some Hawk games. He seems like a dog, man. He seems like an absolute dog. Like, he gets after it. So I don't see why people would say that he wouldn't be able to play under the bright lights. I don't see it. My guy said, man, I saw DLO get emotional on the bench last night. It definitely would be a tough pill to swallow to trade him now. It really seems like he wants to stay. I mean, think about it, bro. LA is the pinnacle of everything. Of course he wants to stay, of course. But unfortunately, I think his play in December, that combined with, like I said, he's on a different timeline, man. Even if he puts up the numbers, we still need defense at the point of attack, right? We need a defender who can switch multiple positions. We need somebody who could be athletic enough to keep up with today's modern guards. Most of them are athletes, especially in the Western Conference. You either got a shooter or athlete, and we've been getting cooked by both. So they trying to figure that out. And sometimes you got to, say, to make these cutthroat decisions, you got to take emotion out of it. Because if you run a business with emotion, right? I'm not talking about passion. I'm talking about emotion. You let your feelings get over the facts, and you're gonna burn that business into the ground. Or you're gonna run it into the ground. But sometimes you got to make cutthroat decisions and make trades that nobody would like to see nobody get hurt, right? We all love DLO. We wish him the best, but we got to do what's best for our franchises. And if that's DeJounte Murray and other players after that and subsequent trades, and I'm all for it. A lot of people haven't watched one Murray game and saying he won't fit or can't handle the pressure. Yeah, I don't understand that. Will said everybody looks good on the Hawks. Wow, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that at all. For me, the main player that looks good on the Hawks is Trae Young. Everybody else, to me, is like hit or miss. They could literally flip everybody around Trae Young, for me personally. But wait, Ranch Dog, why are you going rogue on the Lakers? Bro said, I hope Murray is worse than Westbrook. That's tough, bro. That's horrible. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Let's see. Austin has been mediocre, and he is not on the trade block. You think he's been mediocre? Really? That's funny, because before he started back on the Lakers, he was averaging 6 man of the year type numbers. So I'm not sure about mediocre, bro. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here with my guy, but yeah, I don't know about mediocre. But hey, to each his own. What's the update? The update is, Hector, I don't know if you just tuned in right now. I'll tell you guys, man. It sounds like D'Lo's on his way out. He's out here liking tweets that are saying the Lakers would make a mistake by trading him. On top of that, we heard the report from from Shams, that said the Lakers basically have a trade in place with the Hawks. All they're looking for is a third team, and he expects talks to pick up again here before the trade deadline, right? So, just so many things going on right now, man. And I do recommend to rewind this video because I don't want to go through all the little details all over again. But pretty much, it seems really likely that something's going to go down. And some fans are disgruntled because obviously they like D'Angelo Russell. There's attachments there. We drafted him, so it's understandable, right? But me, I've always been a team first guy. Heck, if there was a trade to be had for Austin Reeves that makes us better, I'm trading Austin Reeves. As much as I love Austin Reeves, I'm trading him. If we could somehow land like a Donovan Mitchell for like a package of like D'Lo, Austin Reeves, and picks, something like that, I would do it in a heartbeat. I hold no attachment towards players at all. All I'm saying is I'm curious to see what DeJounte on the Lakers will look like. I'm very curious. I'm very excited for that potential. Manny wants all the smoke. Manny wants all the smoke. Look, my boy said. Dan, wouldn't you prefer Trae Young over Murray? Trae Young is not tradable, though. We got to be realistic. Like, Trae Young is not on a trade block. Matter of fact, the Hawks have gone as far as to say him and that Johnson kid are the only ones that are untouchable. So I respect him for that. LeBron James is the problem with the Lakers. I mean, he doesn't play defense. He also makes the offense stagnant as well. Is that how you feel, Juster? Bruh. You think LeBron, who helped us bring a title in 2020, is the problem with the Lakers, fan? I understand there's a lot of LeBron hate. I understand there's a lot of fans that didn't even want to accept him before he got here. But let's just think clearly. let's just think real clearly. LeBron James at age 39, who's averaging 25 points per game, who's still taking over games, who helped us to the in-season tournament championship and led us there and won the MVP, is the problem with the Lakers, man? Come on, man. Yeah, y'all gotta see if y'all gonna bring these type of quotes, bring some context, right? Like my man just mentioned, lack of defense. Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, and a treasure trove of players play worse defense than LeBron James. LeBron James can still come up from the weak side, get a block. He can still play the pass lanes, jump the gun, get out in transition, get yourself a dunk. He can still do things those other players I mentioned don't do. So I just, you know what I'm saying? We want to talk smart basketball here. And when it comes to LeBron James, he's the key to any championship the Lakers have. If the Lakers traded LeBron James right now, they're not even in contention talks, right? Let's keep it a $150. They're not even in the conversation for a championship. LeBron gets us in the conversation every year. Every year we're in the conversation with LeBron James. So yeah, I sometimes I'm not sure if you guys are trolling or you guys really feel that way, but I would like a little more context, man. That would be great. He said LeBron record with the Lakers is 227 and 206. LeBron win-loss record with the Lakers has been mid. Here's the problem. Y'all want to know what the real problem is? Is that we haven't got a great head coach with the Lakers. You know, we have not. Even Frank Vogel, who helped us to a title, was not a great head coach. He had other good assistants alongside of him, and it was a collective effort, right? So the real problem is we have not been able to hire like a Spoelstra type. Not saying that those type of coaches grow on trees, but the best coach that LeBron ever played for was Spoelstra, followed by Ty Lue. So there's that, right? But look, that's the real problem is the coaching to me. And of course, the front office has made a couple of mistakes. They have made a couple of mistakes along the way, like trading for Russell Westbrook was a setback, a year and a half setback, matter of fact. Last year's trade helped us, but for some reason, we're not having the same spark, the same lift this year. So you got to make another trade, you know, whether people get attached to players or not. This is a cutthroat business. Not everybody's built for this. This ain't a buddy-buddy league. We can't build relationship with players and just leave them there even though they're getting cooked defensively. Can't do it. Can't do it. Donovan Mitchell would be great. Yes. All right, let's read a couple more questions. My guy said, can Murray handle the ball like DLO? I think he could. Matter of fact, you might say Murray might be able to handle the ball a little bit better than DLO because of his speed. So while DLO handles the ball extremely well, he relies a lot on screens, pick and rolls, and other teammates to create for himself, right? Most of the time, I actually like DLO running the 2-guard because he's a great catch and shoot option, right? So that's just me as far as what I believe with D'Angelo Russell. I remember his best stint as a Laker was when he played for Luke Walton. I believe it was the second or third year, right? And they put him at the 2-guard. I don't remember who was running the point. It was either Jordan Clarkson or somebody else. But he was at the 2-guard and he was sniping the thing, just kind of like how he's been playing recently. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. A lot of the shots he's knocking down, they're off of somebody else playmaking for him, whether it's LeBron or Austin Reeves or even AD getting double teamed and kicking it back out. So that's always been his strength. He's not really a shot creator per se. He's a great passer off the pick and rolls. But again, you're relying on a teammate to set a screen and to roll properly in order to make that happen, right? And to be a threat as well, lob threat and all of the above. So you could argue that DeJounte could actually create for himself without the screen, right? Because of his shiftiness, because of his speed, his first step, his quick first step. So again, I don't like to compare both players directly until they both play for the Lakers, which DeJounte has not. So we'll have to wait and see if that works out. But I have a good feeling about DeJounte to the Lakers. I do. My guy said, Dan, Murray can't shoot like D'Lo, though. Are you worried about that? I'm not worried about that. I hope he can come in here and shoot. I do understand that some players shrink during the bright lights, and I really hope that's not the case with DeJounte. But we won't know unless it happens when it happens, right? But I'll tell you, I'm not the type to quit on a player who's shooting a career high. He's, 27? Shooting career high, I think 39% from beyond the arc this season. So to say he can't shoot is it's a misconception completely. And then he can attack way better. He's a slasher. Fam, he might catch a body in the paint. He's actually a slasher. So I think Again, I believe people are just being enamored by holding on to DLO, which I like I said, I understand. We live it in the player fan era. This is what it looks like, right? There's always going to be pushback when their favorite players, who they sometimes even put above the franchise, are getting dealt. And a lot of them are going to say, "I'm not a Laker fan no more." They're going to throw the little tantrums. And that's either going to hold true because they never really were Laker fans. If all it took was a trade to get you removed, then bye, Felicia. But in reality, a lot of them just like the bitch because they'll be right back around once whoever we traded for is balling and the Lakers actually in contention. They'll start deleting tweets and they'll start deleting messages and they'll pretend it never happened. That's the beauty of it all, It's okay to be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times on this channel. I've been right way more times, but I've also been wrong on this channel. And I was wrong about Westbrook. I thought when we traded for Russell Westbrook, he would come here and put his ego to the side and play kind of like how he's playing for the Clippers, right? He's playing decent for the Clippers. He hasn't become a nuisance for them. He hasn't become an obstacle. And he's just doing what he can to the best of his ability at this stage of his career. So I thought that's what he would do for the Lakers, and he didn't. And I was wrong about that. And I said it on the stream many times. I was wrong about Russell Westbrook. Now it's time to trade him and right the wrong. A lot of us were wrong about Russell Westbrook. So was LeBron, who wanted him on the team, and AD. And so was the Lakers front office for making the trade. It happens. People make mistakes. However, I have zero ego, man. I can sit here and tell you when I'm wrong, and I can sit here and tell you when I'm right. And I'll tell you, I have a great feeling about DeJounte Murray. I just do. I think he's a dog. I think he has what it takes to be a Laker. I do. And as much as I like and I love DLO and I wish him the best, I just don't believe in him in come postseason time. He had a chance to show it last year. He gave us like 1 or 2 good games max. So if there was a way that we could trade for DeJounte, still keep D'Lo, Austin, and Rui, I'd do that in a heartbeat. But there's no way, fam. There's no way. Matter of fact, most of the significant trades would have to include D'Angelo Russell's contract. That's what I'm trying to tell folks, right? There's such a thing as cap. So when people bring up Austin Reeves' contract or this or that, it's the D'Angelo Russell contract that you got to worry about. First of all, he has a player option. He's been involved in trade rumors. Do you think he's going to be opting in next season? Probably not, which means he'd probably walk in the summer to another team. That's why he's been putting up big numbers, and you end up losing him for nothing. So it's in our best interest to probably trade him now. That's just a fact. Reeves is locked up for multiple years. He's not going anywhere. He's locked up for 3 to 4 years, right? Depending on the stipulations, but he's locked up. That's what people don't understand. People are quick to say, trade Austin, keep D'Lo. Okay, so trade your only young player who actually has a future, who you have locked up on a very affordable contract, very affordable, and then keep the player who's probably going to be disgruntled this summer and want to go elsewhere, and then lose him for nothing. Check. Gotcha. D'Lo has been consistent the last 5 games. He has. I give him tons of credit for it, but is it a case of too little, too late? Maybe. Maybe it might be. He might still get a second chance. If he goes off against the Clippers, assuming he's still around and he hasn't got traded yet, and he goes off against the Clippers, and maybe the Lakers change their mind. Who knows? Reg Dog says, what happens when we get Murray and lose in the first round? Reg, you cannot wish such atrocities on us, man. As a diehard Laker fan, you just got to stay positive, bro. Can't say stuff like that. AMG said, Dan, please teach some of these fair weather fans how basketball works. They need to take emotions out of vetting a player. D'Lo is good, but has more flaws than good. Also, Dan, look out for the trolls. It's all good, man. Trolls can't get to me, bro. Trolls can't get to me. I'm in a happy place again in life. I'm in a very happy, grateful place again in life. And, been through a lot in 2023. So 24, we come in positively, man. Eloise says, Storm is the Hawks. They don't preach or play defense. Will be entirely different in LA, who lives and dies on defense. He's capable of getting back to an elite defender on a good team. Exactly. Here's the thing, and people don't understand that players don't go 110% when they're on a losing franchise. They just don't. Vando was showing glimpses of brilliance, but he was playing for franchises that were losing at the time. So even he wasn't given 110%. We saw him give 110% when he came to the Lakers and we made that Western Conference Final run, right? Before then, people weren't really talking about Vando as a coveted piece. right? Everybody was talking about Jeremy Grant and these other bigger names, right? So that's just what I'm telling you. It's about the practices. Clearly, Los Angeles, the lights are brighter for sure. So there's always a risk when you make a trade that you'll be getting the next Malik Beasley, who I think is he the top rated 3% 3-point percent shooter on Milwaukee in the league? I think he is. He's up there. He's top 3 for sure. So he went from the limelights to shining, behind closed doors, because in Milwaukee, I mean, pressure's not the same. Even though they're a couple years removed from a championship, it's never the same. When you're Lakers, different. It's different, man. It's like motherfuckers turn into vampires out here. The light is too bright and they start burning up. Nah, bro. They got to shine. And a lot of players will blame it on injuries or mental issues, which fair enough, right? We don't know your personal life, but let's be quite frank, man. A lot of this stuff, they're not built for this, right? But again, the rumors, I'm just here to report on the rumors and my thoughts on it, man. I want you guys to sound off in the comment section. I do believe a trade is imminent. I honestly, truly believe a trade is imminent, and it could happen at any moment. According to, like I said, Shams, who's a very credible source, when he makes reports like this, I will always go live because the credibility is at 1,000, right? But according to him, they're just really waiting on the 13th to take on D'Angelo. And the way D'Angelo Russell has been playing lately, I'm pretty sure there's no shortages of teams reaching out to the Hawks and the Lakers and saying, okay, we're willing to help you guys facilitate. We'll take on D'Angelo Russell's contract. What will it take? So it could just be the kinks that they are working out, right? It could just be the kinks. They could end up backing out and no trade ends up materializing. Regardless, I think D'Lo gets traded because he's already too deeply, heavily involved in trade rumors, and he will walk in the summer for nothing. So for those of you that want him to stay, most likely, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but most likely he will get traded. I'd be shocked if he's here past the trade deadline. I'll tell you that, right? But I do wish the young kid the best, man. He has been playing elite the last 5 games. I only wish he would have did this in the playoffs, and I only wish he would have did this to start the season as well and sustained it all the way till now. And I promise you, he would not even be in trade conversations. So, all right, final questions I'll read. Murray, now, no more delays. I'll trade anybody on this team, period. Even those who want D'Lo traded must give him his prop. Oh, absolutely. He's been playing great. Can't take that away from him. Cannot take that away from him at all. If anything, I think he has helped his trade standings, without trying. But I think if there was any hesitation to trade for him in a package, there won't be any more. Victor says, let's be clear. The Hawks do not want D'Angelo. They want Austin Reeves. Trade Austin Reeves for DeJounte Murray ASAP. Negative, negative, negative. You do not trade pieces just because another team wants them. Matter of fact, you usually covet and hold on to pieces because other teams want them, right? Those are your assets. You want to protect those as much as possible, right? So there's a reason why the Hawks don't want D'Angelo and they do want Austin Reeves. Maybe the casuals don't see it, which is fine. But, just like when we let go of Caruso, it'll be a huge mistake, right? It'll be a huge mistake to get rid of Austin Reeves. I truly believe it. He's a killer, man. He's actually showed you that he was a killer in the postseason. D'Lo did not. D'Lo gave you 1 good game. Austin Reeves gave you 10. It's a huge, maybe not 10, but you know what I'm saying. He gave you more than D'Angelo Russell did. So we already saw it from a younger player who, by the way, continues to grow. Rookie season, he averaged like 8 points a game, right? His next year, he averaged like 13. This year, he's averaging 15. People don't see that he's on an upward trajectory. He just played for Team USA, right? So he's upward trajectory. You want to hold on to that as much as possible. Now, let's just say he started spiraling downwards and he had a month like D'Angelo Russell had, then he probably would have been included in all these trade packages. Probably. My guy, Reg Dog, he said, Dan, forgive me for being negative, but I've been a Laker fan since forever. I just wanted what's best for us, not just LeBron. I'm right there with you. Like I said, ain't no player fans over here. It's all franchise, bro. I've always been about the franchise first. And if LeBron James came to the Lakers and said he wanted a trade, then I would gladly give him a trade, right? Because that's the only way you can get past the LeBron era without tainting your franchise and legacy name. Ain't nobody in their right mind. See, for all the hot takes and people that say the Lakers should trade LeBron James, nobody in their right mind is trading LeBron James. Why? He's never been traded before. You don't want to be the first to trade LeBron. It's going to give you a bad name. I don't know if you noticed what the Lakers did for Kobe Bryant, giving him that farewell tour, but they keep building their stature among superstars' names. This is a place where superstars say, yes, I can see myself retiring a Laker, you know? So even though we might not get them early on because we don't draft superstars usually, right? It take like, when was the last time we drafted a superstar? It was when we traded for Kobe Bryant at draft night, when we traded him from the Charlotte Hornets. That was probably the last time. The best next closest thing that we drafted that actually became an all-star was Andrew Bynum. Look at the big gap and how often the Lakers get players like an Austin Reeves and players like that. So when we get them, we like to hold on to them. But my point is, you know, the Lakers still land the stars eventually when their rookie contract deals, you know, are up, or when their contract extensions or whatever. This is a landing spot, right? This is a landing spot for the Lakers. So we want to keep it that way, right? For free agents. And trading LeBron James without him actually requesting it would look like the Lakers are just ungrateful for him coming here and helping the team back reestablish itself where it belongs, on top. It would look like the Lakers, you can't trust the Lakers because if LeBron gets traded, everybody else could get traded. Like, it will look horrible if we trade LeBron. I'm just letting you guys know from a business standpoint, right? So that's not going to happen. The Lakers know how to operate, and they know how to continue to build on their name. And instead of trading LeBron, there will be a statue outside of Staples eventually of LeBron James. There will be. I just know it. I just know there will be, right? Maybe not right away, but I think what will solidify that is an extra championship. One more championship, solidify statue. There's still a question mark on that right now, clearly, because it was the 2020 championship. We didn't even get to have a parade for it. But had it not been that, it would have been one getting built for him eventually. But I'll say this, man. Ain't nothing wrong with adding more trophies to your collection. Ain't nothing wrong with adding more legends to your collection. Ain't nothing wrong with any of that. And I think that's the bigger picture that people fail to realize, is that, you know, people are like, oh, we shouldn't have got LeBron. He ruined the friend. No, he didn't. He just added to the legacy, man. From Magic to Kobe to Kareem to LeBron. Keep adding to your collection. That's all I'm saying. Dan, the Lakers fan, why will LeBron James get a statue? Because he came at a time when a lot of free agents were scared. They didn't even want to take meetings with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Let's be quite frank. A lot of free agents did not have the goal to carry, you know, what the legacy that Kobe left when he retired. They didn't even want to take, even DeMar DeRozan didn't want to take a meeting with the Lakers. Even Carmelo, who was still at the end of his prime, didn't want to take a meeting with the Lakers. You know? So we got to be smart, man. We got to be smart. You know, we got to be intelligent about these things. I'm not shocked. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure, but I wouldn't be shocked if LeBron did get one. I wouldn't, right? I appreciate you, man. Yeah, this sweater is fire. Huh? It's all blacked out Lakers. It was hard to find this one on NBA.com. It was really hard. Not NBA.com, the NBA store. Sorry, it was hard, man. It took me months, but from the moment I saw it on there, I wanted to cop one for sure, and I finally got one like last year. So, all right, final question. DTLF. We can't give LeBron a statue to him when Kobe has given us 20 years. Lakers for life. Great. Kobe easily deserves a statue over LeBron, and LeBron. That's just the thing. It's for me, Robert. It's not about comparing. Why not both? Clearly, Kobe is going to get a statue next month, so that's not an issue anymore. It's not about who deserves one over who, but it's about, if you put it like this, man. If you got a great collection of DVD movies, right? It's a great collection, and I'm using DVDs. I'm old, but if you have a great collection of DVD movies, you got The Godfather and you got Scarface. You're not going to put them both in your shelf because you think probably The Godfather is better than Scarface, or vice versa. See, that's kind of ridiculous. To me, you keep adding to that collection, keep building that collection up. You make it look better, no matter who's better than who, no matter, right? They're all in a part of the collection. That's all I'm saying, fam. That's all I'm saying. I hate when people always try to make the comparison. We know Kobe's getting a statue. Kobe is my GOAT. You know, I'm happy about it, but I'm not opposed to adding LeBron, you know what I'm saying, to adding guys like that. I'm not opposed to it because LeBron is an all-time great. If you had an all-time great who had a huge part in your franchise, even led to a championship, potentially two, you know, then all of a sudden, guess what? Right? There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know why people, they don't like to mix apples and oranges, man. They're all fruit. Put them in the same basket. You know, no matter who's better than who. I love Kobe, and just like I love all the Laker legends, LeBron is a Laker. Period. Give the man a step. Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? That nobody's giving me a good reason why not. People just say rude shit all the time. Stop it. You're crazy. Blah, 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 blah. But why not? Give me one good reason why not. Robert he's stuck in his way. He said, if LeBron never wins another ring with us, then no statue. I mean, that is objective. You know, that's a subjective opinion right there. But it's just an opinion. I don't know if he'll get a statue or not. I'm just saying, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Would you? Chat. I want to know what the majority of the chat thinks. Let's just be quite frank. If you guys, I want to know, would you have a problem with LeBron James right now if his career ended today? Got a statue in LA. Not right away, but like 5 years into his retirement. If you got a statue here in LA, would you guys have a problem with it? Right? I want to know fire emojis if you don't care and you think it's cool, or thumbs down if you think it's not a good idea. You know, that's all I want to know. Because I know that we are split on this. I know some old heads are gonna be like, no, we don't want LeBron to have a statue. And then some of us of the younger generation gonna be like, bro, why not? Why not? Right. But again, that'll be a topic for a different video and just a topic for conversation. But I do want to know what the majority of you guys think. And I see split. I see split. So it's not going to be up to us regardless. So we're not going to have a say in it. It's going to be up to the front office. And knowing the front office the way I do, they're retiring his jersey. And I wouldn't be shocked if they gave that man a statue. You know what I'm saying? The chat is split, but that's exactly what I expect. Because some people, I don't know. It's like they think LeBron hasn't contributed enough, because I think a lot of it also has to be with the brainwash that mainstream media has put on them that tells them that the bubble championship doesn't mean anything. It means everything. That's the championship that tied us with the Boston Celtics at 17. That's the championship that gave us the best entertainment we had during coronavirus, fam. That's the championship right there that gave us the absolute. I mean, that was a grit determined. The players have said that's one of the toughest championships ever. And just because we didn't have a parade, people want to discount it. Listen, man, do not follow the current. Do not listen to the haters, the casuals, you know, the mainstream media platforms that say it wasn't a championship. These people just want to brainwash you, fam. It was a championship, and it was one of the most impressive championships ever in the history of basketball. So I never get swayed by general public opinion. I always have my own thoughts. I think this is why I've been blessed with 24K subs plus and counting. And I hope you guys have an opinion of your own. Whether you agree or disagree with me, that's fine. But again, this was a rumor video, and somehow it leaked into something else. So that's gonna wrap it up for me, y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Whether we agree or disagree, it's always a pleasure, man, talking with y'all, man. And much love, man. Much love. But keep your ear close to the ground. Hit that post noti bell and subscribe if you already haven't, because I got you guys. If I hear anything that's worth talking about, you know I'm coming live, and especially when the news breaks, I'll be the first to report it. So make sure you guys keep it locked. Much love, man. I will talk to you guys real soon. All right. Peace.